Furnace warning. It is cold out there. I don't think you can see it. So anyway, this just came into the shop a couple of days ago and I haven't had a chance to look at it until now. It's a quality snowblower. I would call this a modern snowblower. Overhead valve engine. Briggs and Stratton. Can you see that there? Husqvarna. So all in all, a well-made, powerful snowblower. Almost too much power for the city, but the gent that owns this lives in the country and he says that this thing will throw a plume of snow 100 feet. And I've been told a million times not to exaggerate. So anyway, I just checked the oil and it's above the add, or it's above the full, I mean, sorry. And just on quick inspection of this, I see he's done a rig to cover a hole. So we'll get that, hopefully try and fix that before it leaves the shop. His complaint, I'll get to it now, was that it only runs on choke, right? So we've got the starter plugged in. Snowblowers use an AC starter most of the time. So we'll crank up the throttle. This is the control panel here. Throttle and gas on, and the choke is back. We'll back up. The choke is right here, and the choke is already on. It's not in gear, so it should start. So we don't need to flog that anymore. We know exactly what's happening. We don't know what's wrong yet. So how do you say that? Husqvarna? No, I've called them Husqvarna and everything, and of course when you got thousands of people critiquing your language, it is hard to say things properly. So let's get it up a little bit and get that carburetor off of there. One more thing. Ooh, I just almost forgot. He gave me this, and he said that when they were loading it, they broke one. They were using its own power to go up the ramp, and they hit something, and they snapped the shear pin right there. See? So I took the other one off and went shopping. There it is. There's a hole for it. Right? And I bought, how many's in there? 6 of the shear pins. So I took this to the store, bought these, and then I got thinking, you know, on some of these newer models, they actually give you a few shear pins. And look at, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there. Plus a little, yeah, that's it. So I'm going to use one of those and I'll put my little package on the wall. This was about $10 Canadian or so. $7 US. So now you're up to speed. And I'm just going to get it pumped up. I guess we'll do that right now. And we're not going to take it all the way up because I have to, it'll be about chest height for the carburetor for me. Oh, this one's got some weight to it. I think that's about the right height. Maybe 3 or 4 more pumps. Turn it around. About there will work. Stick the camera back in the corner. That's about the best place I can find to make this go. And I'm sorry for the furnace that it's on, but that's It worked for the furnace. If I didn't have that furnace, we wouldn't be making videos in the wintertime. So let's turn off the gas. And see if we can get this we'll use a box for parts. Key. Shear pin. Extra shear pin. Oh, this is the shear pin that came off the other side. So I'm going to grease the shaft on that shear pin before we finish up here. I'm getting a good selection of shear pins now. Where are we? Carburetor. Oh, lever. I'm just going to take the choke button off. That should pry right straight up. Oh dear. Wonder if that's screwed in. Nope, that should pull right up. Spring. Okay, I'm going to undo. No, this is to be honest with you guys, this is the first time I've seen this. The cover for the carburetor supposedly is just two handheld turners instead of a 10mm bolt or something like that. Oh, sorry, moved too fast. So we'll get this off and we'll probably have to disconnect the tube to the primer. Ah, there's one more right there. I just noticed that. Good. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, so you can watch from here for now. Good. All right. I think I'm going to have to take the whole cover off. I think I'm going to take the one on this primer line right here. I'm going to take it off the carburetor because that's the metal part. You don't. Maybe. There we go. Good. So I'll have to snip that back a little bit. But instead of pulling it off of here, which is plastic to plastic, I'm going to do that right now. There. Ready to go back on. Alright. Let's get the rest of this cover off of here. There. I wonder if those are 10mm. There's two nuts on there. I wonder if they're 10mm or 3/8. Being a modern Briggs and Stratton, it's hard to tell. Well, that was a 10, and we'll try a 3/8. And we'll bring a 7/16 with us too. Well, I think it's a 10. Okay. I'm going to use a super tool. You guys see okay? Sort of, kind of. Let's pull you a little bit forward for some better light. We'll move the camera here. Shoot that light this way. It's all about light, eh? Good. And snow blowers don't have air cleaners. They just have screens, if anything. Now this should almost come off. Now let's get that gas line off of there. It's gonna drip a little. Gas line pliers. How much can you see? So here we are now. We've got the carburetor isolated, right? We're just about to take the gas line off that comes from the shutoff valve. And we've disconnected the primer. Good. Okay. I need some persuasion. I'm almost tempted to take a Torx and get that off of there. A six-sided socket. Well, I don't have anything that small in a six-sided socket. I don't think. So I'm just going to pull the choke plate out. And then that should just lift out of there. A sharp knife and we'll get all the gasket off the front. We don't want to hurt anything. Eh? Gasket. Tisket a tasket. Okay. Two nuts. Where's the two nuts? I held that carburetor onto there. There they are. I'm going to do a double nut, tighten up, pull out. It's an old trick. Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, it's a good thing we didn't beat on it anymore. Don't forget, this is the biggest engine snowblower I've had come in. So that's what I did. I doubled it up the nut and then I just put this on here and twisted. The double nut trick is an old thing, eh? We'll do it on the other side. Oh, they're pretty tight. A little too tight as far as I'm concerned. Dave Ackerman would have known. He's saying, do the nuts! Do the nuts! Good. We'll leave those nuts right on that shaft. Now the carburetor's going to fall off there now. And we just undo the Z bend. Oh no, it's a clip bend. So we take the spring off. There. That is our carburetor. Alright, well let's just see why we have a clog. I think it's going to be in here. Now the last one of these I did, you guys may or may not remember, was the 12 horse bush hog. Okay, here we go. Okay, that would be the main jet right there. Let's get some carb cleaner. You know, it's almost clogged off on the emulsion tube, eh? I'm using, what do you call it, my welding torch tip cleaners right now. One step up, I think. One bigger than that. Oops. Might be this one. This might be too big. Well, it's doing something. And then I got to go down a size or two for that one on the inside. I'll show you that right now. Okay, I'm going down right inside there. I just did these holes on the outside right here. And now I'm going to do the holes on the inside. If you can see right there, there's holes on the inside. I don't know what size those are. Good. This might be one of those cases where just taking it apart and cleaning it will cure it. Good. Now I'm going to take this gasket off of here. Maybe. And then we'll give her a good cleaning. Yay! Okay, here we go. Okay, where am I? I saw another orifice right there. Oh, that's got to be for the primer. That devil is plugged. That little hole right there is plugged. We might have to I'm having a hard time seeing everything I need to see because oh, that's good. There we go. Okay, I need my little stickeroo stick and I don't know where it is. Ah. You with me, guys? Yep. I'm just cleaning away. I think there is a path between the primer and this jet right here, and it is not coming clean. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, I'll be back in a bit, guys. Just working on jet holes. Okay, so I'm squirting. This is the front of the carburetor. Let me think. Yes, this is the front of the carburetor where the choke is. I'm squirting into this one brass hole right there, and you should see the three little power jets that are just on the inside there. See that? That's pretty cool, eh? Let me line it up again. We'll do it one more time just in case you didn't see it. To do it. The only thing that's bothering me is there's one jet that I can't get to flow. And it should. And it should be that one. I'm trying to follow where the passage goes. From there to there to there to there. Yes, it should go right there. Shouldn't have to wash this one in the ultrasonic cleaner if I can get this last passage. And I see a tube to there, and I've even poked a wire into here all the way down. Let's see, I need to go to there. So that's open. And that one's open, not open. Well, I got her now. Got it, guys. There is a path between here, and you can see it along there, out to there. So it goes along there, and then it's drilled into there, and if you put your fingers over those 3 little holes in the back that I cleared, now we have flow. Look at that. See that at the top? Out of the top. Or from the down out to the side too, eh? There. That little squirt off to the side. Okay, I think we're done. Now I just got to clean the bowl. We'll use this. Where's my favorite brush? I think that carburetor's clean. Okay, so let's wash my hands because this carburetor spray. I'll be right back. Thank you. Just make sure you're up and on and good and go. Okay, so I think I got that carburetor clean. And because I was impatient, and that's what double wide 6 says too. Sometimes you just want to go for it. So we're going to put this back together. Is to get this little tiny jet into the float. I know. Crazy, eh? It's not in. Might be now. Oh yeah. Good. And then, this is the most important part of all. Four ways for it to go. Good. And then like that. There's not much to these guys. And then the bowl, I think it's ambidextrous. And you can go both ways too. Oh, I didn't say that, did I? She's a Phillips. It centers itself a little better. You're in here, eh? So the last one I did, this one had a screw, and the gent who owned it lost the screw in the dirt. But that was a 12 horse older style. Now, this is the plate that mounts it to the engine. So we are gonna, boy, that is weird. That's her, baby, just like that. Good. And then we're going to put the choke on now because I'm good. So this is how these go. This is how these go. They just push in like that. And I think that's it. Pretty weird, eh? I'm going to try and get you in here. We're working right in this area right here. Good. So that's not a Z-bend on that throttle arm. It just pokes in and then snaps on. So it pokes into that hole, and then this just snaps on, and then this dampening spring goes on after. Oh, wrong side. Okay, up, over, and click. Oh, I don't like that. There, I guess that's it. And then the dampening spring goes in that little hole right there. And then this Gumby Hoosier just lines up with that. I might as well line up the other one while I'm at it. I won't tighten it until we're in. I'm not a real fan of this. Now, you guys that do tractors, you guys do these all the time, right? Okay. I'm going to use this double nut deal. Put it on the other one and tighten it up. Boy, some of you guys drink beer. Yes, I don't mind one myself, but I don't do it when I'm working. I think that's good enough. Excellent. Okay, so now we have a gas line to feed. All right, it's the next day and we have a gas leak. Right here. And of course I was a good doobie and put all the covers on yesterday. Right there, it's coming out of there. Oh, right here. Oh, there it is. It's really, really leaking. Look at that. I just turned it on, went into the house, and came back out again. So we got to get some panels off. So that's too bad, but those kind of things happen, and that's just part of life. Let's get some rags. Here's one right here. Get it sitting underneath here to catch the drips. And we have a little work to do. I'm going to take all the covers off. So I went and checked my gas with my dipstick, literally. And there was no gas in the tank this morning. Good. Okay, where's that gas coming out? Air. And I've got the gas turned off now. I think I'm going to have to take this carburetor off and check it out. That's too bad. I was hoping to work on the blower part today. Hello there, my friends. Alright, we're going to take this carb apart. Again. I have to find out what's wrong. It's driving me nuts. It's so simple, but not simple. I think it's the needle and seat that's not sealing. Now, let's not get this stuff confused, right? This is the carburetor from the cupboard. It's got a different setup. Okay, we'll keep everything from this carburetor in here. Right? And everything for this carburetor over here. I want to know if the gasket is the same or not. This one does not have a primer, and this one does not have the groove for the seal. That's interesting. The groove for the seal is in here. Okay, so that seal is different. Hello, Bruce here.
Hello.
Hello there. You must be from Microsoft Windows.
What?
Are you from Microsoft Windows?
What's that?
Okay, who are you calling for?
I'm James. I'm trying to connect with independent.
And?
And I'm calling you from company.
No thank you. I have my own system already. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's great. Well, sir, I was wondering if you can, if you know of any of your friends or relatives who might be needing this.
No, I'm actually at work right now, and I don't need to be interrupted anymore. Thank you. I have a security system.
Okay.
So this seal is not sealing. This type of thing is very frustrating for me because I have had this apart 3 or 4 times now. Okay, I'm going to turn you off. Well, I think I found it, guys. I have to show you on the old carburetor that was in my Horde. Right on the gas inlet, it would be this carburetor, right? This carburetor. So right on the gas inlet, right? That's where the gas comes in, right there. On the other carburetor, it was just a simple hole, and this seal was in there like that. So it is old and square, and I don't usually see square seals like that. So I went into my Horde. I don't know. Now, if somebody like, I'm sorry about this, somebody like you, Zip, would know exactly what I'm talking about. I think I used this one, and I stretched it over the little outsy, which is actually right there. See that little outsy right there? I stretched it over there like I'm going to do, but this one, the one on that carburetor goes all the way around. So I did that, except it went all the way around, so it's kind of deformed. And then I carefully screwed it back together again. And all I hope is that these little O-rings are approved for gasoline, which I wouldn't imagine they would have to be. They would have to be. So I'm going to stick this bad boy back together again now. This is our experimental one. So that's the same carburetor but different. Isn't that weird? Put the choke on that, put that back in my Briggs & Stratton Horde, which I will show you right now. There's my Briggs & Stratton Horde. And right here, for the last hour, I've got a gas tank sitting on these two perches right there. Through a on-off valve into the carburetor, and voila, nary a drip. That means not a drip. I even hooked up the primer dew-hummer to the outsea, and it only leaks when you prime it. So I'm actually ready to go on this. So I'm just going to clean up again, and then that's what I do. I clean up, and then we'll put this back together. Okay, one last test, and we're going to let it sit overnight on the drip test. It's warm in here. Oh, I turned it on. Now it should have sucked in some gas. So I dare put the covers on this carburetor. I did it 2 times in a row and it leaked on me both times. I'm going to leave the covers off. Thanks, guys. Alright, I went for it. I put all the covers on again. I'm crazy here. But it seems like if you put them all on loose and then tighten them up at the end, you're better off. You get a better seal. Furnace alert! Alright, we're back on the snowblower, man. I had a carb leak, and each time I worked on it, it would leak a little bit less. And finally, I got it stopped, but I just used my made in a foreign land O-rings. I don't know how good they are on fuel. Like, do they degrade in fuel? So I'll show you now. I've made a mark on here. This has been probably 4 days now, and it's right at the mark there. That's where my gas is. So we're not losing fuel anymore, but I don't want to leave it with that extremely inexpensive, is that how you put it? O-ring. So I'm going to take the carb off this thing probably for the 3rd or 4th time, and we are going to, ooh, this is a heavy old thing, eh? And we are going to just change out the O-ring and the carb seal. I'll show you that in just 1 second. We're not dripping fuel anymore, and I used a very cheap O-ring. This is a Briggs & Stratton. This is the carb kit for it. Very simple, but it's quite a complicated O-ring or gasket, and that's the little O-ring right there. And it's a Briggs & Stratton 698781. Right there. And it was only $10. I'll put a link on my page. So now we're gonna just take this carburetor off one more time and change it out to the proper gasket and seal. So I'll be back in just a bit when I get my tools out. I'm getting good at picking this apart, so I know what I need. Okay, let's do this. Choke lever. Primer bulb line should just pop off there. Oh, I oiled this, by the way, the other day. I got some air tool oil and I just dripped it into here. It runs way quieter. Now I gotta get the fuel line off. Might drip a bit of fuel. And then the throttle line just snaps off. Oh, I guess I should show you that. Okay, so here we are. That's the double nut trick, so we can spin this bolt out of here. Fuel line's disconnected. One hand, remember. And then this throttle shaft just pops off, we hope. I have to be so careful. This looks like a brand new machine, but it's made in 2010. There we go. All right. So now the hard work is already done. We're back. Now I'm just taking the bowl off the carburetor. I don't need to clean anything. I don't need to do anything. Everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be. This will lift off. Right? And this is the O-ring that was the wrong size, or the extremely inexpensive O-ring I used to stick on here. So that is one, right? It just pulls off. And I'm just looking through the plastic. I think the one I picked was the right size, because the one that's beside it is a little bit smaller to start, eh? And then this is the gasket that seals everything. And that's quite a gasket, eh? Now, word of caution. There are two different kinds of these. Guess I don't have to worry about getting gas on it. Okay, I need something like well, I guess I can use my hand. Do you see that there's two little holes there? Or two little passage seals there? 1, 2. Well, there's a different type of carburetor where you don't need this. You don't need it. Oh, I dropped it. You don't need this little seal. And also, there's only one hole instead of these two little guys. Right there, 1 and 2. That is extremely important, guys. So now, this goes on here. It just lays in there. There's only one way for it to go. There's a bigger hole on this side than there is here. You see there's a smaller and a biggie, and then you just have to make sure it's not turned this way or this way, but the two holes will give you the guidance there. And then this is our little buddy that goes over this inlet, just like that. In fact, it fits almost identically to the old one that I took out of my little box. Now, look at our little guy there. Is he there? It all kind of goes on at once, right? You have to be careful. And the last few times I've been lowering this into here like this. And you take, okay, that's where the gas comes in right there, that little hole, and that lines up with our washer, with our O-ring hole. Boy, we should be good. That's it. We'll do the screws up and then we'll do the blow test. Okay, we're together. Okay, so when it's hanging down like this, we should hear a gurgle, right? And then upside down, there should be 0. It's going to work. I have confidence. Now, the last time I set it up in my little vise here, but I don't think I need to. Okay, buddy. It's finally warm in here. Okay. So now the fuel line. The fuel line goes in that hole. And then that clips on. Just like that. That's so simple. Isn't that wonderful? I like those. Although they've been using Z-bends for 100 years, but... And then the spring for the dampener. And that's it. Zoom, 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 right? Now we just have to tighten this up I use the double nut trick, right? And then I move the double nut to that one and tighten it up. And then we put all of the plastic flanges and fuel lines and everything back on. Choke, lever, and key. I'm going to keep the old gasket because it actually looks good, and I'm going to just keep this for emergencies too, just like that. Put it in my Briggs and Stratton stuff. I guess we should prime it till it drips a bit. That's part of the game, eh? It's dripping. Turn it on. Choke it. And I am, you know what you guys? I don't have a 14 horsepower arm. Although this one's pretty easy to start. We'll back up a little bit there. This one's pretty easy to start. You just plug in the starter, which are AC starters in this case. And it should just catch, not now, but right now. 3/4 throttle. Okay, as long as it doesn't leak now, we'll be fine. Thanks for watching this one, guys.